Hi students, we do MCQs related to pictures for power sharing. Now the first one shows you the map of Belgium. It's a colored copy. The boards will not give you the colored copy, sadly. It will be black and white. So don't remember it according to colors. You just remember that north part of Belgium is Flemish, south part is Wallonia. So north is Flemish, south is Wallonia. Then you also know that in the Flemish region, the Dutch speakers live. I think I've already told you all. I just remember the bank with this, that is fixed deposit. So Flemish and Dutch, FND. This is where many students go wrong and write it vice versa. So associate and learn it. And in your south, you have Wallonia. Wallonia is where your French speakers live. Now what about Brussels, which is the capital of Belgium? Where is it? It is again in the north part, that is in the Flemish part. And your 1% German speakers are southeast in the Wallonia part. So this is how you remember the map. And the first MCQ, the capital of Belgium, Brussels, is in which part of the country? First remember it's in the northern part, and northern is Flemish region. Next, which language speakers live in the southern part of Belgium? Southern is Wallonia, and in Wallonia you have your French speakers. Next, what percentage of Dutch speakers live in the Flemish region? It is 59%. Next one, which language speakers live in the northern part of Belgium? Northern part is Flemish, and remember FD, so Dutch speakers. The next image is that of the map of Sri Lanka. The question is, in which part of the country are the SriLankan Tamils concentrated? 3 options. The answer is north and east. The next image shows you a building. The MCQ, the question is, identify the building. It is the European Union Parliament, which is in Brussels, that is the capital of Belgium. The next picture shows you a car, and on it is written the number plate, it's written German government. And it's also written fine German engineering below. So you know this is related to Germany. Now what does it tell? Again you see 2 steering wheels. This is something so unusual. A car always has 1 steering wheel. Because in a car, the driver is the main person who takes you on the right route to your destination. So if there are 2 steering wheels means there are 2 drivers. So driving the car becomes extremely difficult unless both of them are in tandem with each other. That is, both of them do things in a smooth way. Both of them have to cooperate and go ahead on their journey. So this is what the cartoon is about, the images. Now it's written over here. It refers to the problems of running the Germany's Grand Coalition government, which includes 2 major parties, Christian Democratic Union and the Social Democratic Party. The 2 parties are rivals, but they had to form a coalition because both of them neither of them got a clear majority in the 2005 elections. They take divergent, that is quite opposite, positions on several policy matters, but still jointly run the government. So it's showing you that in a coalition, when you have 2 parties, you have 2 parties coming together to form the government. And both these parties may have different views, they may represent different groups, their political ideology may be different, but they are coming together to form the government and to run the country. So it's not at all easy to do this. It's a very difficult task. So here the question is, which are the major parties in the German Grand Coalition government? Christian Democratic Union and Social Democratic Party. The next one, what does the image denote? An engineering marvel. We all know Germany is known for its engineering skills. Or B, problems of running a coalition government. Or C, a car with two drivers. The answer is B. Via this image of a car with two drivers, the artist is trying to tell us what the problems of a coalition government is. The next image is very interesting. You have two leaders shown, Putin of Russia and Bush of USA. Then you have a horse. On its saddle is written democracy. The horse is a very tired looking unhappy horse with sweat coming down its face. And the rein of the horse is in the hands of the two leaders. And Bush is telling Putin, we got to keep the rein tight. And it's written below that in 2005, some new laws were made in Russia and more power came into the hands of the president. And it was during that same time that Bush visited Russia. So via this cartoon, what is trying to be said about the relationship between democracy and concentration of power? Okay, now I have explained what the image is. See the caption, it's brilliant. Reigning the reins. Again, for this, understand what does reign mean? R-E-I-G-N with the G. It means the time period for which the ruler has power. Okay, or the period for which the sovereign is on the throne. If you're on the throne, you have the power. And R-E-I-N-S, reins without the G, is a piece of long thin leather held by the driver to control the horse's movements. So here the rein of the horse is in the hands of these two leaders, and the horse is a symbol for democracy. So they're trying to say in a democracy, the control sometimes just goes into the hands of few leaders. And again, Bush is telling Putin that we should keep the reins tight, that is, keep the control tight. So now what could be the MCQs? Who are the two leaders shown in the picture? President Bush of USA and Putin of Russia. The next one, what does the image denote? You have three options. It's B. In a democracy, power is concentrated in the hands of few leaders. The next one, which title is right for the image? Always remember with the images, first try and isolate that which lesson it belongs to, and then remember the caption always if it's given. So here 4 options: tired horse, Bush and Putin are great friends, reigning the reins, or all of the above. The answer is C, reigning the reins. The next image is of the photograph of a street address in Belgium, and you will notice that the place names and directions are in 2 languages, French and Dutch. Now we know that in Belgium the Dutch speakers were in the majority, 59%, and the French speakers were 40%, they were in minority. But the Belgium government, democratically elected government, managed the differences between these 2 communities in a very wise manner, and they amended the constitution 4 times so that everybody could live together within the country. And here you see that it is not that just because the Dutch speakers are in majority, the address will only be in the Dutch language, that is the street address. It's such a minor thing, the street address. But they have also kept it in the French language. So showing accommodation. Now the question over here is, what does the image depict? Street address, yes, you have it. In 2 languages, yes, it's in French and Dutch. C, accommodation in Belgium, of course. So the answer is D, all of the above.